Hello, dear Leo. Welcome back. Before we dive into today's horoscope, if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe and stay with us every day for guidance, insights, and truths that could shape your path. Now, let's step into what the stars whisper for you today. Today carries a subtle but undeniable weight for you, Leo. On the surface, it may feel like just another ordinary day, waking up, preparing for responsibilities, handling your usual tasks. Yet beneath that everyday rhythm, something much deeper is stirring. There's a sense that someone around you is hiding a truth, an emotion, or perhaps even a decision that directly concerns you. You might not see it clearly yet, but you can feel it. Your natural intuition is stronger than you give yourself credit for. And today, you'll notice yourself picking up on small signals, a shift in tone when someone speaks to you, an avoided glance, or even a sudden distance from someone who normally feels close. These are not coincidences, they are signs. In your personal life, matters of love and loyalty are at the forefront. There is warmth, yes, but there is also a shadow. For some Leos, this may mean that a partner is not being fully transparent. Not necessarily with betrayal in the harshest sense, but with holding their deeper fears, doubts, or intentions. For others, it could mean that someone in your circle, of friends, or even a family member is protecting a secret they believe you're not ready to hear. The question is, are you ready to discover it? Financially, the day encourages awareness. Money may not flow easily right now, and there's a temptation to either overspend or trust the wrong advice. Pay attention to details and agreements, promises, or sudden too-good-to-be-true offers. The universe reminds you that clarity will always serve you better than wishful thinking. Someone may come forward with a suggestion or idea, but you need to pause and ask, what's in it for them? Psychologically, today tests your patience and resilience. You may feel torn between trusting the people you care about and protecting yourself from disappointment. It's not an easy balance, but this inner tension is exactly what prepares you for growth. Remember, Leo is ruled by the sun, and while shadows exist, they cannot outshine your light for long. Here's something you should reflect on. Sometimes the truth doesn't come to us because we go searching for it. Instead, it arrives in small fragments, revealed slowly when the time is right. Today could be the first fragment, a word, a message, a sign. Something will cross your path that makes you question, pause, and wonder. Your relationships, especially love, might feel fragile right now. If you're in a partnership, ask yourself, do I feel secure or do I sense distance? If you're single, this day may bring someone new into your orbit, but not everything about them will be as it seems. Attraction can be powerful, but so can illusions. In your social world, a conversation may leave you unsettled. It might not be outright betrayal, but there's an undertone you can't ignore. People reveal themselves in subtle ways, through silence, avoidance, or even excessive kindness that feels rehearsed. Pay close attention. And yet, Leo, there's also a gift in today's energy. By tuning into these signals, you're given the opportunity to sharpen your inner vision. What seems like confusion now may later become the very clarity you need to make stronger choices. As the day unfolds, you will notice moments of contrast. Warmth followed by coldness, confidence followed by doubt, closeness followed by distance. These contrasts are not random. They are guiding you to look beyond appearances. Tonight, as you reflect on the day, you may find yourself replaying certain conversations in your mind. Did they hesitate when answering? Did they avoid your eyes? Did their words not fully match their actions? These are the puzzle pieces, and while you may not yet have the full picture, the edges of it are beginning to take shape. But here is where the story of today leaves you, Leo, standing at the edge of a discovery, sensing that what lies beyond could change how you see someone, or even yourself. The question remains, what happens when the truth finally comes to light? The night feels heavier than usual, Leo. As you step through the hours, there's a strange tension surrounding your interactions. Conversations that should feel light somehow carry unspoken weight. It's as though every word exchanged today is coded with double meaning. Every gesture conceals more than it reveals. Earlier, you noticed subtle details that you couldn't quite explain. A delayed reply to your message, a sudden shift in the tone of someone's voice, the way they looked, past you instead of into your eyes. These fragments, when pieced together, begin to form a picture you can't ignore. The truth, however, remains just out of reach. Your relationships continue to take center stage. If you're in a partnership, the distance you sensed earlier may intensify. Perhaps it's not a matter of betrayal in the traditional sense, but a silence that feels louder than words. There's something your partner isn't telling you, whether out of fear, guilt, or uncertainty. Only time will reveal. If you're single, someone in your orbit may seem charming and magnetic, but you can't shake the feeling that they're not showing their true self. The attraction is real, but so is the mask. Financially, today demands caution. A conversation, about money may resurface either through a colleague, a family member, or even a friend who suddenly has advice for you. Their intentions might not be harmful, but they are not aligned with your best interest. Before you commit, pause. Ask yourself, is this suggestion empowering me or binding me? Your heart already knows the answer, even if your mind struggles to accept it. Psychologically, you're walking a fine line between clarity and confusion. On one hand, your instincts are sharper than ever. You can see through facades, sense hidden motives, and feel the weight of unspoken truths. On the other hand, you may second-guess yourself, wondering if you're imagining it all. This internal tug-of-war is exhausting, yet it also signals growth. Growth rarely comes in comfort. It comes when you're forced to question what you once accepted without doubt. In love, there's a storm brewing. You might not see it fully yet, but the winds have already shifted. A certain phrase someone said, a detail they accidentally revealed, or hesitation in their eyes, it has planted a seed of suspicion. The question is whether that seed will grow into clarity or confusion. In your friendships, too, there is a shadow. Someone may appear supportive, but their energy tells another story. Their words may be kind, but their actions lack consistency. You've always been someone who values loyalty above all else, Leo, and today you're reminded why. Because without loyalty, love and friendship both lose their foundation. Tonight, as the day winds down, you may find yourself replaying interactions in your mind. You'll remember the tone of someone's voice, the subtle pause before they answered. Your question, the way their eyes seemed to avoid yours. None of these things in isolation would matter. But together, they form a pattern, and patterns rarely lie. You're being tested now, not by the universe in some mystical, distant way, but by the very people around you. Will you see them as they truly are, or as you wish them to be? Will you trust your instincts, or dismiss them for the sake of peace? The choice is yours, but the consequences will follow either way. And here lies the truth you can't yet escape. The moment of revelation is near. The tension you feel today is not without reason. Someone close to you is holding on to something. They cannot hide forever. When it surfaces, it may confirm your deepest fears, or it may release you from them altogether. But until then, Leo, you remain here, standing at the edge of uncertainty, with only your intuition as a guide. The whispers are growing louder, the shadows more defined. The question is no longer whether there is a truth to uncover. The question is, are you ready to face it when it comes? Morning arrives, but it does not feel like a clean slate. Instead, it feels like yesterday's whispers have followed you into today, Leo. You wake with a heaviness in your chest, as though your dreams tried to tell you something you couldn't quite decode. There was a face, familiar yet distant. There was a voice, gentle yet filled with warning. And though the details blur as you open your eyes, the feeling lingers. Something is unresolved. Throughout the day, your interactions carry a strange energy. A coworker greets you with forced enthusiasm, their smile just a little too wide, their compliment just a little too rehearsed. You nod politely, but inside, you feel a prickle of doubt. Later, a friend sends you a message filled with emojis and cheerful words. Yet you can't shake the sense that their energy doesn't match their tone. It's as if the world is layered today, with every conversation happening on two levels, the one you hear and the one you feel. And it's the second that demands your attention. Financial matters creep into your awareness again. Someone close may approach you with a golden opportunity, a deal that sounds too good to be true. You've heard these promises before, but today you're not so quick to fall for the allure. You sense the strings attached, the hidden costs, the motives that aren't being disclosed. Your instincts tell you to hold back, to protect what you've worked so hard for. The lesson here is clear. Trust is valuable, but blind trust can cost you everything. Emotionally, today feels like a balancing act. You crave closeness, yet you fear deception. You want to believe in love and friendship and the good intentions of those around you. But the signs you've been noticing make that difficult. If you're in a relationship, the small cracks you felt before may widen. Your partner may seem distracted, distant, or overly defensive when asked simple questions. If you're single, someone who recently entered your life may reveal a side of themselves that doesn't align with the image they first presented. Attraction is still there, but so is hesitation. And hesitation, Leo, is a form of intuition. Psychologically, the theme of today is clarity through contrast. The lies, half-truths, and evasions you sense are not here to destroy you. They are here to sharpen your ability to see beyond the surface. Where once you might have accepted words at face value, now you're listening to tone, observing body language, noticing the gaps in stories. These skills, though painful to develop, are shaping you into someone who cannot be easily deceived again. As the day unfolds, you may find yourself in a conversation that confirms your suspicions. Perhaps it's not a full confession, but a slip of the tongue, a detail that doesn't add up, or an excuse that comes too quickly. It may not provide all the answers, but it will give you enough to know you are not imagining things. And once that seed of doubt grows into certainty, there is no turning back. In matters of the heart, you're being asked to choose truth over comfort. It may be easier to accept the mask, to go along with the illusion, to pretend that things are fine. But deep down, you know that false harmony never lasts. Sooner or later, the truth rises. And when it does, it demands acknowledgement. Your friendships are also under review. Someone you've trusted may reveal, through their actions if not their words, that their loyalty lies elsewhere. Perhaps it's not an outright betrayal, but a quiet neglect, a failure to stand by you when you needed them most. These moments hurt, but they also highlight who truly deserves a place in your life. Tonight, as you lie in bed replaying the events of the day, you'll feel both weary and awakened. Weary from carrying the weight of uncertainty, awakened because the pieces are beginning to fit together. The fog is thinning and you're starting to see what lies beyond. Still, the full picture hasn't been revealed. There are missing fragments, details hidden in shadows, truths waiting for the right moment to surface. You are closer now, Leo, closer than ever, but the revelation is not complete. And so the question remains, lingering in the silence of the night. When the truth finally arrives, will it set you free, or will it break you? The next morning, Leo, you wake with an unusual clarity. The heaviness that clung to you yesterday has shifted as though your subconscious has been working overtime while you slept, piecing together fragments you didn't even realize you held. It's not full certainty, not yet, but it's a pattern, and the pattern makes sense. As you move through the day, you notice how differently people react to you now. It's as if your sharpened perception has silently changed the rules. Those who once tried to mislead you stumble on their words, sensing they no longer hold the same power over you. Those who truly care about you, on the other hand, seem drawn closer, as if they can feel that you're finally seeing things as they are. The conversation unfolds, unexpected, unplanned, but undeniable. Someone you've suspected for weeks lets their guard down, and though they don't confess everything, they reveal enough. Enough to confirm what you've known in your gut. Enough to prove that your intuition was never paranoia. Their words are cautious, carefully measured, but the truth leaks out between the lines. And once you hear it, you can't unhear it. Financial matters also come to a climax today. That golden opportunity you were cautious about, it resurfaces, this time with more pressure attached. You are asked to decide quickly, to trust blindly. But instead of feeling tempted, you feel resolute. You see the strings for what they are, and you cut them before they tangle you further. In doing so, you avoid a trap that could have cost you far more than money. It could have cost you your peace of mind. Emotionally, the hardest realization is about love. Whether it's a partner, a lover, or someone you've quietly hoped for, the mask is off now. You see them not as you wish them to be, but as they are. There is disappointment, yes, but there is also freedom. For the first time, you understand that knowing the truth, even a painful truth, liberates you from the cycle of doubt and self-blame. Psychologically, this is your turning point. You've spent days, perhaps weeks, torn between suspicion and denial, between hope and fear. But today, you stand firmly on the side of clarity. You stop asking, what if I'm wrong? And instead declare, I know what I feel, and I trust it. That shift changes everything. As evening arrives, you find yourself alone but not lonely. You light a candle, not for ritual, not for mysticism, but as a simple act of presence. Its flame reflects in your eyes as you breathe deeply and acknowledge the journey you've been on. You think of the betrayals, the lies, the evasions, and instead of breaking you, they have carved you into someone stronger, sharper, more resilient, and then comes the unexpected. A message, a phone call, or perhaps even a knock at your door. Someone, maybe the very person you suspected, or perhaps another who has been silently watching, reaches out with words that could change everything. It's not just an apology, not just an excuse. It's something deeper, something that forces you to pause. Because now, Leo, the decision is no longer about discovering the truth. You have the truth. The decision is about what to do with it. Do you forgive, knowing that forgiveness does not erase the wound? Do you walk away, knowing that walking away may mean closing the door forever? Or do you choose a path in between, one that holds both wisdom and compassion? This is where your journey has led you, not to an answer handed down from the stars, but to a choice you must make for yourself. And as you sit with that choice, the night grows quiet. The candle flickers. The world seems to hold its breath, waiting for your decision. The final lesson becomes clear. The truth does not destroy you. The lies do, and now that you see clearly, nothing and no one can take that clarity away. Tomorrow will come, as it always does. But tomorrow, Leo, you will no longer walk as someone searching in the dark. You will walk as someone who has seen the shadows, and chosen to step into the light. The story does not end here, because your story, like life itself, never truly ends. It unfolds, choice by choice, truth by truth. And now, with the clarity you fought so hard to gain, the next chapter is entirely in your hands.